So maybe 2, 3 days ago, in my professional journey of being a minister who sits and waits for people to approach so that I might minister to them in some way, a woman walked up to me and was just so motherfucking condescending, I can't even get over it. She walked up to me and said, "What's your favorite candy bar?" And I sat there and I wondered, are you out of your mind? Because I'd like to get a treat for you. And I sat there as a 53-year-old man and wondered what was on her mind. What I can tell you was that her approach was offensive, but I extended her extra grace because I presumed that a woman who was obviously in her 50s or mid-50s must have had a special need or possibly had had a stroke by her approach. So I simply explained, I apologize, I have allergies and I'm not interested, but thank you very much. She moved across the way and she approached a different style of person who has a little micro business as he sits, a panhandler of sorts, and asked him the same question. I believe he provided her an answer because when she came out eventually from the store, of which we were sitting polar opposites, she provided him something and then she walked over and tried to provide me $5, which I thought was mighty generous, but I did deny it at first. And I asked her if she was trying to support my ministry. And she said, "Oh, tell me about your ministry." So I started to explain some of the non-for-profit work project that I've been working on for some time. And she said I would be very honored to support your ministry with $5. She did continue to basically act like she was a mental health idiot of some kind, and with that, I simply put her in her place. I stood up, and she was not wise enough to step back. She was in my personal space. I was seated, and I felt no need to stand up. I only stand up for a few people who enter a room. I, of course, as a gentleman, would stand up for my wife as she entered a room. I would, of course, help her to put her seat in because my father taught me to do that and did that for my mom. I probably have stood up for my mom when she entered a room to greet her, and I'm pretty sure I do that. But in general, I don't stand up for women who are nothing to me. And I have a very peculiar, I suppose, personality for that, but I'm not practicing old-fashioned manners when I do that. It's a natural reaction for me when I am very fully able to cognizantly see with the elderliness of my eyesight who is standing before me. Now, when people are running around with the time of COVID in masks, it can be sort of hard if you don't catch people's eyes who people are. And even if you catch their eyes, I'm still trying to focus mine after having my reading glasses on to figure out who you are and what you're about. In America, people have rights to fall in love with anyone around the world, across the globe. But we don't always have the right to bring that person home. You see, what we're looking at in terms of immigration challenges are we have people coming here illegally and immorally, and then they're procreating like crazy to try to claim some sort of associative citizenship, and that's not okay. It meant you intentionally came here to get screwed, get laid, have children, and then find your way into American fabric of our flag. And our flag is the foundation of America. It is the logo of America. It is the symbol of who has bled, sweat, cried, and died in honor for America.